everyone. So here is my FinViz main screen. One of the reasons why I like FinViz is you get all these highlights over here. Top gainers, unusual volume, upgrades, etc., losers, downgrades. Also, I like that it has these listings down here. So feel free to take a look at all those. Multiple tops, double bottoms, and what stocks are hitting those right now kind of gives you a heads up on some things. I personally don't look at anything unless it's in my watch list on TradingView. If I see it down here in one of these, then I will definitely give a look at what it looks like. The other thing I like up here is it tracks your daily on the bull and the bear side. What's above your averages, how much are percentage wise, how many above and below the 50, new highs, advancing, declining, your Dow, NASDAQ, S&P 500, Russell, etc., etc. Alright, as far as the screener goes, so this is how I do, or this is one of the ways I find my picks. First off, click all. That brings down the whole filter settings. The next thing, 7 settings I use. Market cap. I always go with mid. Oh, that was small, sorry. Mid. Price. Over 10. Average volume. And mistakes, okay. Over 500K. You always want things that are higher in volume because the lower volume is going to take longer to get there with options. So you want to stick with things that move, unless you're doing long-term swings or leaps, different story, but I still suggest anything with higher volume. And I also suggest stocks that have significant interest, should I say. Not some stock you've never heard of, even if it falls in these tabs, but that's just me. But this is what you use to help you determine those things. So over 500K, institutional ownership over 30%. The standard I always pick. Industry, stocks only. If it'll go, there we go. And then your moving averages. Now, picking which one to use here, it varies depending on what kind of market we're in. When we're in a bull market and things are just, we have 4 green days, 1 red day every week, or 3 green, 2 red. I look for, I usually put in price 10% above just for continued movement. This is just an example. Price 10% above SMA 50. Just for continued momentum. If you're looking for downside, if we're dropping and you want to look at puts, stocks are declining, you would do the same thing. You're just below different percentages, or below the you're below your SMA 10%, 20%, 30%, 40%, 50%, and so on. Price above, so on and so forth. Price crossed, and that's something to play with. This is the typical settings I use if, like I said, we're in a continued bull market. Right now, I'm not using this too much because, especially, we just had a down day on Friday. Today, some things picked back up. Actually, we have a lot of things picked back up, but we didn't have a big rush. So I think it's just showing that the market still is a little nervous about continuing. But tech definitely took a hit, certain areas. Some things are coming back, some things are just kind of hanging, and we'll see how that goes. Anyway, so there are my 7 filter settings for a typical market. And of course, as time goes, this is things you'll learn on where to put your filters at least your SMAs. Play around with it. See what comes up. So I've got my filters in, I've got my list here, and I like to see charts. So I'll pull up charts. It looks like I had 2 pages. Sorry, it takes a little bit for everything to load since I'm recording, I guess. But I'm also on an old laptop that has been with me forever, and I'm not giving it up. Alright, so just scrolling down, as you can see, there are plenty of stocks that fall into there. And like I said, if I see a stock in here that is on my watch list on TradingView, I'll take a look at it. Right now, I've seen people talk about PENG. I am honestly not interested. Here's Oscar, so it's something I'll take a look at. What else we got? GTLB I do know, but it's not on my watch list. And excuse me, I'm assuming everybody sees the pop up in the corner there. So there's really nothing here that is worth me looking at, okay? And I'll fit on one page and do charts. But that's how you get it. So let me do a quick change. We'll just say price above SMA 20, and we'll say price above SMA 50 and see what comes up. And what do we have? So we got quite a few American Airlines. It's not on my watch list, but I would definitely possibly ACMR. Alright, so this is where I would go to my trading view, which I will do another video on that here soon, and look at where it's at in the chart. I can, use theirs here, but I want to see my own chart. I'm the one who did it, so I want to see it. I don't like looking at other people's charts because everybody has their settings the way they do it. I don't mind if somebody asks me to look at their chart. Does it look right? I will gladly do that, but I don't look at other people's charts to base my decisions on. I only look at my charts because mine are special. No. Anyway, so we got quite a few that have just crossed. So that's where you have to go from there and decide, oh, Dutch Bros. Alright, I'm curious here now. What else we got in here? Cake's in here. A few others. CIFR. Okay. I am thoroughly interested since I'm heavily invested in that one. So, something I'll look at. Oh wow, we have 6 pages. So that's where you have to whittle down to what looks good. Zeta is still in that. Yeti I see in here. Let's go to page 4 and see what's on there. And I look for stocks that people are talking about that are in my watch list, or something that looks familiar. And there's Oscar. Path is in here. House is in here. And like I said, then I'll go off those and start looking. QBTS, we're in here. What else we got? Riot. That's RRR, not RR. SEDG. Zezel's in here, but that's the gist of it. And like I said, you have to adjust for different markets, but this is just one of the ways. I don't use this all the time, but I do use it on a weekly basis as far as just for information, the scanner, and it's just, to me, a perfect all-around market tool. So that's that. I'll post this to YouTube and we'll see if it works.